The night was still, the house eerily quiet. The tenant expected solitude, but what he found was far from it. In the heart of the city, a guest had booked a quaint, seemingly peaceful house for a much-needed break. The host had promised a serene stay, a home away from home. And indeed, it appeared to be just that. The days passed without incident, the tranquility only broken by the occasional urban hum. But as the nights grew darker, so did the mystery of the house. One late evening, our guest heard an unfamiliar sound, a faint rhythmic tapping echoing from the depths of the house. Dismissing it as the house settling, he went about his night, but the tapping persisted, growing louder and more frequent. Intrigue turned into concern, and concern into fear. The sound seemed to emanate from the basement, a room the guest was told was off-limits due to maintenance work. The guest, now unable to ignore the strange noises, decided to investigate. With a pounding heart and a flickering flashlight, he descended into the uncharted territory. What he found sent a chill down his spine. A makeshift bed, a few scattered belongings, and the unmistakable signs of human habitation. The realization dawned on him. He was not alone. His rented refuge was shared by an unwanted roommate, a stranger covertly living in the basement. The shock was overwhelming. His sanctuary had been invaded, his peace shattered. The host was contacted, the police were called, and the unwanted roommate was evicted, but the damage had been done. The guest was left with a haunting memory, a chilling story of his stay. The aftermath was a whirlwind of apologies from the host, police investigations, and media attention. But the guest could not shake off the eerie feeling, the sense of violation, the fear that had crept into his heart. He had sought solitude, but instead, he found a house with a secret, a home with an unseen dweller. The quiet house was not so quiet after all. The basement dweller had been there all along, silently sharing the space. Privacy is a given in a rental, or so one would think, but sometimes eyes lurk in the most unexpected places. Picture this. A family of 4 embarking on a much-needed vacation finds a charming rental for their stay. The house is perfect, nestled in a quiet neighborhood, offering the promise of a peaceful retreat. Little did they know their haven was not as private as they had hoped. In the beginning, their stay was idyllic, filled with laughter and shared meals. But soon, a sense of unease began to creep in. They couldn't shake off the feeling of being watched. It was as if the walls had eyes, silently observing their every move. A shiver of paranoia, perhaps, but something didn't feel right. One day, the father, a tech enthusiast, decided to scan the house's Wi-Fi for any unfamiliar devices. To his horror, he discovered a network of hidden cameras, strategically placed throughout the house. The living room, the bedrooms, even the bathroom. Nowhere was safe from the prying eyes of the hidden observer. The shock was palpable. The family's safe haven had transformed into a house of horrors. Their sense of violation was immense, their trust shattered. They had been living in a fishbowl, their every move recorded and watched by an unknown entity. Immediately, they reported the incident to the local authorities and Airbnb. The company was quick to respond, removing the listing promptly and offering assistance to the violated family. The local law enforcement launched a thorough investigation, vowing to bring the perpetrator to justice. This chilling incident serves as a stark reminder of the dark underbelly of the seemingly harmless world of vacation rentals. It's a cautionary tale that underlines the importance of vigilance and security checks, even in the most unsuspecting of places. The family's privacy was violated in a place they thought was safe. The hidden eye had seen it all. A welcome mat is meant to be inviting, but what if the host's intentions are anything but welcoming? Let's delve into a tale that's chillingly real. A narrative of a woman who sought solace in a quaint cabin nestled within an idyllic woodland. The host, at first glance, was the epitome of cordiality. Warm smiles, friendly banter, and a seemingly genuine interest in ensuring his guests' comfort. The cabin, once a picture of rustic charm, soon began to reveal its sinister underbelly. It started with an unnerving sense of being watched, a prickling sensation that refused to be ignored. The host's friendly demeanor began to morph into something more disconcerting. His calls became frequent, his questions intrusive, and his laughter, once endearing, echoed ominously in the confines of the cabin. One evening, a knock on the door sent a shiver down her spine. The host stood there, his smile replaced by a menacing glare. His words were no longer filled with warmth, but reeked of threat. He demanded she leave the cabin immediately, his tone void of any reason. The sanctuary she had sought had turned into a prison, the host into a jailer, but our protagonist was not one to cower. She remembered a back door she had noticed during her earlier exploration of the cabin. With a surge of adrenaline, she managed to evade the host, darting through the back door and into the woods. The thick foliage offered her cover as she dialed for help, her heart pounding against her chest. Soon the wailing sirens pierced the night, and the once threatening host was taken into custody. The woman, though shaken, emerged unscathed, her ordeal a testament to her courage and quick thinking. The cabin in the woods, a place of refuge, became a haunt of terror. The host was not as he seemed. Remember, not every welcome mat leads to a haven. Sometimes it can lead you right into the heart of horror. A house may have more occupants than you can see. What if you're not the only guest in your rental? Let's delve into a tale that will send chills down your spine. A tale of a couple, let's call them John and Mary, who decided to rent a charming old mansion for a weekend getaway. They were charmed by its rich history and antique grandeur, but little did they know they were not the mansion's only guests. Upon arrival, they were greeted by an unsettling coldness that pervaded the vast, echoing halls. They shrugged it off as the chill of an old house. But as the night drew near, the chill wasn't the only thing that felt out of place. Their first night was punctuated by strange noises. The creaking of old wood, soft whispers that seemed to emanate from nowhere, and footsteps echoing through the empty corridors. They could even hear the distant sound of piano music, despite there being no piano in the house. John and Mary were no strangers to old houses and their quirks, but something about these occurrences stirred a primal fear within them. They felt watched, followed by unseen eyes, as though their every move was being observed by someone or something else. As the events escalated, so did their fear. Doors would slam shut of their own accord, lights would flicker without reason, and items would inexplicably move from their original positions. The mansion seemed alive, reacting to their presence in ways that defied explanation. Finally, after a sleepless night, they decided to investigate. What they discovered was a hidden room filled with old portraits and personal belongings from a previous era. The room was seemingly untouched by time, a remnant of the mansion's past. The couple realized they were not alone. The mansion had its own resident from another time, unseen but felt. The couple was not alone. The mansion had its own resident from another time, unseen but felt. In the realm of the unknown and unsettling, we've walked together today. Our journey has led us through the dark corridors of the unexpected, the eerie and the downright chilling experiences that lurk within the walls of some Airbnb rentals. We began with the tale of the unwanted roommate, a shocking reminder that the remnants of past occupants can linger in the most disturbing ways. An innocuous booking turned into a nightmare as the unsuspecting guests found themselves sharing their temporary abode with a stranger from the shadows. Next, we delved into The Hidden Eye, a chilling narrative of privacy invasion. The discovery of concealed cameras, watching silently as guests moved about in their rented sanctuary, was a stark revelation of the potential for voyeuristic intrusion. The threatening host followed, a story that made us question the trust we place in our hosts. A seemingly harmless interaction took a sinister turn, as the host's true intentions became terrifyingly clear, reminding us that danger can sometimes come from those we least suspect. Finally, we entered the realm of the supernatural with the ghostly presence. A tale of unexplainable occurrences, chilling apparitions, and an oppressive, unseen presence that turned a quaint rental into a house of horrors. Each of these tales serves as a stark reminder of the importance of safety and vigilance when renting homes. It's crucial to do your due diligence. Research your potential rental, read reviews, and communicate with your host. Remember, you are entitled to your privacy, safety, and peace of mind. Don't hesitate to report any suspicious activity or unsettling occurrences to the proper authorities. These stories are not meant to discourage you from enjoying the many wonderful experiences that short-term rentals can offer. Rather, they are cautionary tales meant to remind us to stay alert and aware in unfamiliar environments. Remember, not all that glitters is gold. In the world of rentals, be prepared for the unexpected.